Welcome to episode 18. We're going to do a little work on this castle again today. I think I'm going to reshape some of it. Not overly happy with it, but I don't really care too much. I just want a decent looking, okay-ish base. And then maybe put some packed ice down heading to this area and another. Please subscribe and thumbs up. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. Still freestyling, but I think I'm just going to move the wall out. That's all. I don't really like it. I want to hide the towers a little bit on the inside of the building. I think they're just too big. Should have went a little smaller, but I don't feel like doing it all. So I think I'll reveal it inside here. Like maybe just start for here, this block. I don't know what I'm going to do with this here yet, so let's skip it. I'll probably raise those towers up a little higher, but I'll go skinnier as I go up. Or just raise it up taller and make a platform up there. I really don't know yet. I just want a building and somewhere to put a storage room. I might just leave some of this open, make a courtyard or something. I'm not really good at this stuff. Not normally what I do unless I have a set setup or design or something I've seen that I like. But what I'll probably do is underneath this thing is dig out a basement, put my farms and stuff in, storage room. And then over there by the portal, underneath that, I have to dig down. There's a slime chunk right there. I'll worry about this entrance later. I just want to get a structure up. And then, like, you know, it can evolve over time, you know. Just a base structure. Thought about abandoning this area because, you know, wasn't happy with this thing. And then I thought about just being homeless, you know. Just living in a small structure or something. I really don't like that aspect of the game as much as other people do. The old pretty builds and all that. I don't know. Some people love it. That's part of the game they like, and, you know, that's what makes this game good. You can do whatever you want on this game, and I'll play however you want to play. Some people just, like me, just can't sit there and look back and think and imagine, you know, They're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then make it happen. Like what you thought it was going to be and what it is two different things. You know, I'm one of those people. I just can't seem to figure out how to put it in my head or put it to work what's in my head. So it's just, you know, some people just don't have it in them. I know some have it how to, you know, or tutorials on how to build this, how to build that. Just like I'm not even interested in looking it up. I'm not going to do what I did in the live stream where I just stayed awake. I am going to sleep. I'm definitely going to get phantoms because I don't think I used the bed for quite a while. Maybe once at the beginning of live stream last time I was on. So I don't want mobs. Oh, which way's faster, stacking up 3 or doing it like this? Guess we'll run this one out. Yeah, I'm a little confused on how to handle this. I could probably use the coordinates to do this, but that's the middle, right? Oh, bridge failed. Bridging failed. Dang it. Dang it. All these holes. So there's where the two middles intersect, right? So how big is this? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a block. So 4 each way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't apply here. Right, so that would mean 1, 1, 2. That's 5. Over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over. Okay. Over. 3, 4, 5. Over. 2. 3, 4, 5. Over and over. And that does line up. I'm going to leave a gap in this for now, so I'm not confusing myself. Is it dark already? What? And is this right? But I think what I'm going to do is leave a lot of this open. And maybe put rooms on these walls here. Or maybe even take up a small room going across like this. But leave it as a courtyard. Like, you know, plant a tree or something in there. I don't know. Oh, you know, you really only need a spot to have a bed. But what I'll do is make a couple of levels. I usually put my storage chest underground, somewhere where my iron farm can run. And normally while I'm in the storage room, so where a slime farm can run too. If I can incorporate all that in there, kind of much like I did with the, the first site I had, the first iron farm, I was trying to incorporate where stuff can all run simultaneously. But when I put a floor here, I'll dig this out. I have a basement too, and that's where I think I'm going to put all my contraptions. And leave the top of it just look like this. Yeah. I don't know, I can just do whatever. I'm not really planning it out. Just the infrastructure probably a little more than the finished product of this. That's going to take a lot of wood to cover all this. I don't even know what I'm going to do, if it's a design or if I'm just going to make it all one color or checkerboard like some people do. But I think the spruce is one of my favorite, and I think it would look good with the deep slate. I also think basalt looks good with deep slate. Probably some don't like it or some, but I do. You know, everybody has their own taste. Some people use that birch. I use it very, occasionally. Plank mostly. I was supposed to mine deep slate, and when I did the live stream, I really didn't do it much to thinking I was going to get a bunch of viewers. I figured I may as well record it because it's progression of this world instead of just doing it off camera. If it gets watched, it gets watched. But my mind wanders a lot, I'll get into one thing doing it and get bored. And then just find something to make me not bored. I'm sure everybody does that though. But for me, sometimes I'll have a bunch of unfinished projects or ambitions to do things that I just never get around to. Especially when it comes to just building stuff, And I get it as part of the game, but some like this part more than me. What I figured is I could probably take corners out here, maybe even knock some of this down and make rooms here and here, or I come here, find the middle, and I make, a building here, decorate it a little bit, a few blocks on the outside of the wall, and like knock this down. Just a little bump out. 4 blocks, 5 blocks, whatever. And then make a little square room. I don't use enchantment tables. Maybe somebody would do something like that, put enchantment set up, maybe a little small furnace room, maybe a room that your bed's in, decorate it up. But these towers, I'll go up a little bit more with the same width, and then I'll skinny it, or I'll keep going up and just put like a lookout platform, like a real castle would. I could probably actually make a room here, and then find center, make a tree or a fountain or maybe a little pond. Or whatever. I don't know how many times I gotta kill this guy. He just keeps coming. He always gives me stuff after I find the stuff. And I don't need none of that. You ain't drinking no potion. It was nice of the creeper to kind of start my basement, wasn't it? I may have to go get a better shovel. Should I do that off camera? And I'm going to move the portal inside, I think, eventually. Oh, I really need to put ice pathways down, but I want a better shovel. But why the zombies? Where am I? Oh, that's a baby. I'm in the wrong spot. That was my first portal. You're not going to put a lot on a shovel. I don't mind the mobs. Just the creepers. That's the problem. There's a lot of stuff going on out here. I might have probably should have slept. It's the bad thing about the flame on the sword. Oh, shoot. You know what I found out about this? And I never really am taking this too seriously. You have people commenting on how you should and shouldn't be doing things. Like giving opinions you never asked for. I don't mind opinions, but like be nasty over it. Really, it's why are we so mean spirited? Why is people so mean spirited? People, this be nasty and name calling. Man, if I spoke like that to people when I was younger, yeah, you couldn't have got away with that. And I'm not even talking about family. I'm talking about people in the comment section. Some of it's been removed because I blocked some people. People worried about what you're recording, how you're recording, how you're playing the game. I'm surprised I haven't had anybody get on me about not playing Java. anytime you watch somebody or a new, first time player or whatever, that's the first thing you hear as they come out of the woodworks. Should be playing Java. Should be playing Java. I ask, what one are you on? Well, if you're such a fan of Java, why you wouldn't you know? I've seen them asking ones that were playing on Java. What one? And they'd be like, I don't know. If you don't know, then what's it matter to you? Yeah, really. What does it matter? You can't even tell it's your preferred version. Really, you can't tell when they open the crafting table or open this or looking at chests. Look, I'll show you. Bedrock's Chester don't have a split in the middle. Java's does. As the signs are all there. This screen, I think you can tell even from this screen. But when you open this, really, you can't tell. Even the crafting table, when you open the crafting table, this menu is different. It's all different. Or unless somebody's in like an older version where before combat, and you see somebody doing this, yeah, maybe a new player might do that. But this is a Bedrock thing since combat. Everybody like, oh, it's so much skill. Oh, it's so much this. That ain't why they added it. They added it because of auto clicking. But of the issue of the auto clickers. I'm just grateful they never brought it to Bedrock. Even some of your predominantly main Java content creators, some of the big ones, they stayed on, what is it, 1.17? They didn't go to the I think it's 1.18 was the combat update. They didn't go to it right away. They still did manhunts and stuff in the old version. But if you're going to be worried about what a content creator is, or even some hobbyists, like kind of like me, how they're playing or what they're doing, or what version are you on? If you don't know, what the heck's the difference? If you can't tell, well, you got to ask somebody who prefers one or the other, or plays it a lot. They're gonna know by looking at it. And the combat update, there's a little cooldown right in the middle of the screen every time you change a tool. If you're like that big into Java, how do you not know? Y'all, and they're the ones always talking about the combat update and the skill and all that. How do you not know that we wouldn't have the cooldown that you have? Seems like you'd know that. And I've said this before, I don't like mouse and keyboard. I can't just sit back and be comfortable and play a game. I gotta be sitting at a desk with a mouse and keyboard. This has more of a feel of old time gaming, with the actual controller. I know there's like benefits to mouse and keyboard, and I know it's superior in some ways. For me, comfortability and familiarity, uh, this is what I prefer. If I get a little goofy sometimes in a game, that clowning, and why should I get shamed for that? Like somebody has a superiority complex over somebody. Then you go look at their content and they ain't uploaded in 4 years, and what they have on there is trash. How are they going to judge me or anybody else? I'm not like some extreme expert at this game, but I've been playing it for a long time. So I really don't need somebody to tell me how to play. I don't tell anybody else how they should be playing a game. Anyway, that's enough about that rant. That's just my thoughts. Let's see if moving that wall forward made me happier with it. I just want a place to call a base. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I'll just raise those walls up. I wonder how many minutes this video has been. I ranted too much in it. I know I'm I'm a little sleepy and sound a little dry or monotone, but I kind of really ain't feeling like playing. I'll probably do a live stream again. Me getting spruce. Maybe doing some Nether Hub improvements. And then come back to this. You know, maybe screw with ideas on this entrance. Or whatever. I think what I'll do is turn out this deep slate I have in my inventory. I want to go higher with this before I decide what I'm going to do. I don't like doing 3-hour recordings like that. It's so much work and so much to go through on what I wanted to include in, take out, you don't want to be doing a highly edited, polished play. That's not really what I wanted to do. And I think some of it I have had to. And I was worried about like not just coming on here and showing nothing done, just me just rambling and building a few walls, I was trying to pack a lot into a video, especially when, like for the bone farm, we might have had like 4 hours of recordings. Why am I not falling? Yeah, 4 hours of recordings. And then probably another hour of off camera. And then I was just sitting there overwhelmed. How do I cut this? I'm sitting there thinking, how am I going to make this one episode? That's why I said in it 2, 3, 4, because I really didn't know. This, I don't want to spend 4 episodes doing this. I might, like do some as I go on in other episodes and adding to this in some other episodes. It's nothing all that fantastic. It's just a box. But it's a basic structure, not that hard. You just have to look up circles, pick a size, and then go from there. I'd probably pick too big of a circle. I should have went smaller. But when I first started, I was like, the wall was going to be too deep with the middle center, so that's 3. So I wanted to start with these walls being 5 to make it even. Instead of going like 4 block wide or a circle that had less blocks on this part. But it's all good. I think me bringing this wall out, it's a lot of the bulkiness of the front of it inside the building. You know, when you look up, it's okay to see some bulk. But this hit it. That's why I moved the walls out. Instead of tearing these towers down, I want to have enough deep sleep to get to 90. I might have an edit coming up while I load my inventory. Oh, maybe I might. Oh, I got one more to go. I thought I was at 86. Can't read, I guess. These type of projects are another good thing to have feather falling for. I guess I can water clutch down. I wonder if I can water clutch on that flower. I do land them quite a bit, but then sometimes it's you're off one block, or you find like stuff like this that you didn't see from high up, like the small blades of tall grass or whatever, and it'll mess it up. I think I'm gonna put a door here, make a bed. Sky's still open, but it's safe. I guess this is just as safe. I might have to go out to that desert and get ice. I mean, ice in the desert. What the heck? Oh, I guess it's possible. Why are you coming after me, dude? Why'd you make her do that? You postured? What the heck you think you're doing? Sky ice. Well, I gotta get this then. Uh-oh. I like to leave these. It's easier to put like iron bars or whatever you're gonna put here. Am I going the wrong way? Work that down and then dig it out later. But I like to end up making the ice look like it's floating. Where am I? I'm not so lost. This is jumping back and forth between this and family realm. Look at the coordinates, dummy. I really need to go to another. Get blaze rods and stuff. And maybe find the end of a stronghold. Not sure if I'm going to go in it, but at least to find it. I talk too much in this one. I don't know how I'm going to edit or cut it. Maybe I can cut some of the stupid stuff. See, I don't even have to worry about the gold here. Since I'm in the blue biome, there's no pigment. Kind of bummed I didn't have enough packed ice. I'm still talking. I still couldn't speed this up. Dark. Is it going dark? Yeah. Make fun of my build. I know I'm not the best at it. Stupid looking. But it's, it's not my expertise. I still got to do a lot of work to it. I can't see it. I'll probably raise the walls. If you like the video, thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah. Check out my live for this world, my last live. Well, it doesn't say solo world on it. You can fast forward the part where I'm doing Deep Slate. I got a little goofy in it. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't make fun of me. It is what it is. I know it looks goofy. It ain't. I don't have the talent some people have on this. Thanks for watching.